Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Now, I'm here to speak about two players that play for Arsenal, specific to our youth ranks. Tyreece John-Jules, sorry, plays in the under-18s and he's looking to step up to the under-23s on a permanent basis. While Pleguezuelo, I hope I've said his name correctly, I'm just going to refer to him as Peggy, is a fullback captain of the under-23s and has been at Arsenal since 2014 and is actually 21, turning 22 in January. So let's start with John-Jules. I've spoken about him before. I'm not here to speak about potential in them things, and he's young. It's very difficult for any young striker at any club making it as a professional. But between him and Balogun, specific to John-Jules, the man in question, I believe he's a good player. I do think he's a better playmaker than people give him credit for. I like how he drops deep, he gets involved. If he's not dropping deep, he's running beyond. He's always looking to disrupt the back line of an opposition. He's always been quite a strong lad, but I think since the season started, I know I've only watched about 2-3 games and the highlights in that, he looks stronger. Like, he looks like he's relishing the physical battle. Dare I say, it's like he's enjoying it. Like, he's roughing man up, he's holding it off. Nice hat-trick he scored against Leicester. Obviously continued that form for the under-23s and bagged against Spurs at that level. So he's doing his thing early form. He looks to have gone up a level. Like, maybe it was hard. I don't want to say it was hard adapting because he did his thing last year, but maybe he just needed that year to adapt to training full time and all of these sort of things as a professional footballer. And he looks like he's on fire. And long may it continue. And he's 18 in February, still very early, but you never know what could happen in regards to the Carling Cup, Yarabel Cup, or possibly the FA Cup, or what could happen, man. Because I know Nketiah is the young player that's on everybody's lips right now, pause, and the man in question at the moment. But you've got to wonder who is next to follow, and he can play a couple of positions across that front five, so it's nice on him. So I hope he continues that. But let's speak about Pleguezuelo now. Like I said, he's 21 turning 22, and if I was him, it's probably time to leave the club and continue your future somewhere else and make some strides, because it's probably not going to happen. But by that same logic, this season might be the season for it to happen. Am I saying it's a defo? No. If I was Uno Emery, I probably wouldn't bring him in. But why I can see it, he's trained with the first team. He's Spanish like Uno Emery, so maybe you can get a little blind through that. Speaking Spanish, the manager remembers you. You start getting called over to train with the first team on a more permanent basis. He's 22, so he probably needs to leave. He's made 10 appearances for Gymnastic, I believe, in the Segunda, and he's played 17 times for Mallorca on loan too at a period in time. So yeah, he's got some top level experience or level in the professional game in Segunda. So, but he probably needs to continue that and kick on, because if you look at the pathway at first team, he's got a fight with Belix, not even at the club, but he's probably there. You've got Chambers, you've got Mavropanos, you got Holding. You've got all the first team centre halves that are of age, like Koscielny, Socrates, Mustafi, etc. You've got El Nene will probably be considered that centre half role before you as well. So you've got a lot of competition, depending on how you look at Ben Shafe. You can play in midfield, can play in centre half. You're fighting with him as well, and equally, it's probably a myth for him as well here. But yeah, man, if you're gonna have anything, it's adaptability that will give him the chance, because he can play he can play at fullback, he can play in midfield, and he can play at centre half. So there's a possible squad role for him to have. Personally, I think he's decent on the ball. I think for a defender, he's not exactly tall. He relishes the aerial battle. He's not afraid of a fight. He's a bit of a passion merchant, so I like him. I mean, even if you saw him against Spurs, he was all wounded up and ready for this at the Emirates whenever it happened. What was it, last Friday? So yeah, it's probably not going to happen for him, but he is someone I can see at least being on the bench for the Carling and things like that. And I mean, if I'm him, I'm probably looking to depart the club in January, because he's captain of the under-23s, I believe. But now comes a point where you need to move on and make strides in your career, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen here, if I'm honest with you. But he's even started off the season while he's putting convincing performances against the Hammers, against Spurs, and whoever they played in the first game of the season. And pardon me, that's all he can do, to be fair with you, my guys. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd talk about them very quickly. I like how he tries to organise his backline as well, man. Be tough arts for him to have a future here, because he's turning 22. He probably needs to depart. But yeah, man, the likes of him, Shafe, Bramall, Oluwu probably need to keep it stepping. Jenkinson as well. But them young players I named before Jenkinson probably need to keep it stepping to get a chance somewhere, to be honest with you. But there's nothing more to add, guys. Deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. Thank you for watching. I'm out.